Hi everybody, I'm Babaloo, and today I'm giving you guys another top 10 list. Yes, another one, because I want to. So today's top 10 list is going to be about my top 10 favorite YouTubers or YouTube channels. Now there isn't going to be a lot of diversity on this list, just a heads up for that in case you were looking for that sort of thing. This is just going to be a list of the people that I go to when I'm bored and I want to be entertained on YouTube. So without further ado, let's get to the list. At number 10 is Screen Junkies. So Screen Junkies is a channel that talks about movies and TV shows and things like that. For the most part, they just sit down and they talk about why they like certain movies or franchises. Though they do have fun little segments like how to fix a franchise. They also just recently started doing something called Movie Fights. Now Movie Fights is about an hour-and-a-half show or so where they just debate about certain things based on what happened that week in movies. It's really fun to watch because it's just them sitting down being casual and talking about what they like. But my absolute favorite thing that Screen Junkies does is the honest trailers. Now honest trailers are exactly what they sound like. They are trailers for movies that are completely honest about what the movie is. So it could have anything like making fun of a movie for a certain thing, or even pointing out plot holes in certain movies. If you haven't seen any, I highly recommend you go and watch as many honest trailers as you can, because you will not be disappointed. Speaking of honest trailers, number 9 on my list is John 3.0, John Bailey. Now John Bailey is the voice of honest trailers. He has been aptly named the epic voice. So what John basically does is he'll just give reviews for movies he happened to see over the weekend, and he'll give them a score out of 5 stars. But he will also talk about TV shows and movies that just came out on Blu-ray and DVD. Another thing he does is that he'll play video games and impersonate somebody that's related to that game while he plays it. It's really fun. So now at number 8 we have How It Should Have Ended. Again, How It Should Have Ended is exactly what it sounds like. They take movies and make animated little shorts and make them how the movie should have ended. They're somewhat like honest trailers in that they'll point out plot holes and make fun of the movie for certain things that it does. They also have another channel which is How It Should Have Ended Kids, where they take fairy tales and make them how they should have ended. They also just get young kids to explain a movie and then they'll animate exactly what the kid says. So chances are if there's a movie that you're not satisfied with the ending, How It Should Have Ended will fix it. Now at number 7 we have Really Freakin Clever. Really Freakin Clever is hosted by Josh, I don't remember his last name. That's his actual name. It's weird. So what Really Freakin Clever does is he will take video games and tell you why they are really freaking clever. He takes the game and really breaks them down to talk about the gameplay and the graphics and tell you why they were really iconic for their time. And yes, the majority of them are older games, but who doesn't love the games we grew up with? He also has a segment called 64 Things Wrong With, where he will take Nintendo 64 games and tell you 64 things that are wrong with the game, all in good nature. And he's also a good old Canadian boy just like me. So that's why I think Really Freakin Clever is really freaking clever. See what I did there? And now at number 6 we have Jwittz. Now when I first found Jwittz, he just made videos about Pokemon. And yes, I'm a full-grown man and I like Pokemon. Deal with it. Since then, Jwittz has moved on to cover all Nintendo games. He gives reviews and also some general thoughts and some top 10 lists, like I do. He also has a fairly new segment, and it's called What's Up With, where he basically takes some of the more obscure Nintendo characters and tells you what's up with them. He'll give you the history and the origin and that sort of thing of these characters. And now at number 5 is ProJared. So ProJared reviews video games. He does both old and new video games. So it's good for somebody who wants to be informed of new games and also wants to be reminded of old retro games. His most iconic segment is the 1-minute review, where he just gives a quick breakdown in 1 minute of what he thinks of the game. He also has another channel called ProJared Plays, where he does Let's Plays. He's a really funny guy and I highly recommend him. By the way, I recommend everybody on this list if I haven't already said that. Number 4 is Space Hamster. Space Hamster is Jeff, I don't remember his last name. Yeah, that's the same joke as before. Space Hamster does reviews of video games. He mostly does retro games, but every once in a while he'll do a current game. And most of his videos are making fun of bad games. The reason I like Space Hamster is his comedy. He has a very quirky, kind of weird comedy that I really appreciate. And one time I asked him a question on Tumblr and he answered me. So you could say we're pretty much best friends. Number 3 is Jontron, hosted by John Jafari, and co-hosted by his bird, Jacques. Now once again, Jontron reviews video games. Are you starting to see a pattern? And almost all of his reviews are of terrible games. But he can take a terrible game and explain it to you in a way that is just hilarious. And much like Space Hamster, I really enjoy Jontron's comedy. He has some of the best reactions to terrible things ever. And in some instances, he actually reminds me of Lou Costello. And if you don't know who Lou Costello is, Number 2 is PeanutButterGamer. Once again, PeanutButterGamer reviews video games. And once again, I really enjoy him for his comedy. That is a legit reason. Both him and Space Hamster kinda share the same kind of comedy, but what makes me like PeanutButterGamer even more is Zelda month. Now about 4 years ago, The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword came out in November. So in honor of that game, PeanutButterGamer dedicated the month of November to Zelda. I myself am also a huge Legend of Zelda fan. So having a whole month to look forward to videos based on one of the greatest game franchises ever, it's a huge part of why PeanutButterGamer is number 2 on my list. And finally, my number 1 favorite YouTuber is Jeremy Jahns. So Jeremy Jahns reviews movies, TV shows, and video games. Wait, that's what I say I do. So for the most part, Jeremy reviews brand new movies that have just come out into theaters. If you're not sure you want to see a certain movie, Jeremy will tell you exactly what he thinks about it. And one reason why Jeremy is my favorite YouTuber is we actually have a lot of the same sort of tastes. I can watch a movie, then watch his review for it, and 9 times out of 10 we were thinking the exact same thing. That's how you know that you found a reviewer you can trust. Now I just want to take you back about 5 or 6 years ago. I never watched anything on YouTube. The only things I'd ever heard about YouTube is people saying, "Oh, did you see this video where this guy got really hurt?" Or, "Oh, did you see this video where this guy wiped out?" And I don't like watching things like that, so I stayed away from YouTube because as far as I knew, that's all that was on there. But I still remember the day and time when I accidentally stumbled onto one of Jeremy's videos. I couldn't believe that this sort of thing existed on YouTube. He was funny and informative and had an awesome review scale. And he's also a big part as to why I wanted to start making YouTube videos. So Jeremy Jahns, if you're watching this, and why wouldn't you be, thank you for inspiring me. So there you have it, my top 10 favorite YouTubers. I'm going to put links to the channels of everybody I mentioned down in the description. And again, I highly recommend you check these guys out. And if you get a chance, tell them I sent you. They'll act confused, but they'll get what it means. I'll also put links to my Twitter @Babaloo and my Facebook page. Hey everybody, thanks so much for watching. If you want, you can check out some of my older videos, which I'm showing you here, and you can go down to the comments and tell me what topic you think I should make a video about. While you're there, hit that like and subscribe button so you can get notified every time a new video comes out, and thanks for watching.